Hi everyone, it's Lisa here, and I have a video to share with you today. So I am doing a canvas of a caricature, and I'm probably saying it wrong, of Sandra's. So this was a challenge. I can't remember who sent it to us. I think it was Paige from Panache. So we got these little canvas boards from the dollar store, and I'm just taking a piece of scratch paper, of pattern paper, and then on the reverse side I am drawing out this cup, and I'm going to cut it out. I have pre-gessoed my canvas, and I stamped this face stamp, and it's a Donna Downey stamp, and I think it's like windows are the or through the soul, or windows are the eyes, are the windows to your soul, or something like that. So I just stamped it with brown StazOn ink and just let that dry. And then I cut out the coffee cup, and it doesn't look like anything right now at this moment, but in a very short little while you're going to notice that it's going to look a lot better. So I'm just taking a pencil and I'm sketching out Sandra's glasses, which are very similar to mine, so that wasn't that hard to, kind of copy. So just drawing those in with pencil. And then I'm just taking the same pencil and very lightly just kind of making it, or just kind of showing where I'm going to put the face lines in. So here you see I have another piece of scratch paper, and I'm just cutting out kind of like a really long lemon shape piece of paper. And this is like a wood grain brown paper. And so I'm going to glue these pieces down with some matte medium. And then when I put this piece down, you're going to notice it's going to finally look like a cup of coffee. So you just put it down like that, and you just leave that very subtle hint of a line at the top of the cup, then it looks like it's full of coffee. So I just am giving that a quick blow dry. And then I'm going to paint the face in here. I do not have white gelatos. I actually tried using these Inktense blocks in the white, which worked but didn't work. So it wasn't the exact color of what I wanted to go for, but in the end it looks good, so that's all that matters. So I took some of this flesh tone gelatos, and I'm just washing out the face and blending it out, so that way it's not very it's not as in your face of a peach fleck color. So, and it kind of bothered me that you'll see in a minute, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but her eyes are kind of the color is bleeding a little bit, so it almost looks like her eyes are bleeding. So what I'm going to do is actually just kind of rub the color off, and then I'm just going to make sure they're dry really, really well, and then I'm going to go back in and color it in. So I'm just using my fingers to kind of blend in that color a little bit better, and I couldn't get the white to work as well. So what I'm doing is removing some of the white with some paper towel and a the wet brush, and then that way I can blend it a little bit better. And I should have did the background first, but I didn't do that this time. So I'm just going around the cup with this gray Pitt pen, and it's just going to kind of blend that cup so it makes it look like it's not floating in the thin air. It's going to give it some shadow and some depth. So because I gessoed my page, this Pitt pen gives you enough time to kind of blend and play a little bit. So you're going to see me kind of going around the edge of the cup, like around the outside edge of the cup as well as that bottom edge of the cup. And that's just going to make everything kind of blend and make it look like it's not floating. So then I'm going to take some paint, I do believe. I'm getting out the teal, the phthalo turquoise, and I think the neon blue. Yes, or the fluorescent blue. And so I'm going to use those as my color tones to blend everything out. I'm just using my finger, and then that way I can kind of blend the colors together and not, kind of make one color, just to kind of make some little bit of variegated color to it. You can see just blending away, and I'm going to fast forward because it's pretty much the same as what I'm doing all the way around. If I get any paint on that cup, I'm just taking a wet paper towel and just wiping it back. So here I have some cobalt, or no, it's carbon black paint, and then I'm just going to go in and paint the frames of the glasses, I guess. There's not real, I'm just kind of tracing the lines that I have there. And I'm putting the arms in, that way it doesn't make it feel like those glasses are just kind of floating on her head. They're going to kind of get blended into the hair, but just kind of gives me a line to kind of work with, so I know which way her head is kind of pointed. And then for Sandra's hair, I know she has black hair, but it's always nice to add a little bit of highlights and tones. So I have this really super fine brush, and I think it's called a rigger brush. So what I'm doing is just going into the paint, and then I'm just kind of, taking up some light color and dark color, like the light brown, the dark brown, and the black, and then just kind of blending in those colors, so that way it gives her some highlights as well. So you can see I'm going to fill in that whole top piece of her hair because you want it to kind of almost make it look like her head's in frame. Now if I would have just put a little bit of hair, it wouldn't make it feel like her head and her hair was proportionate, if that makes sense. So I'm just going in and just going to fill that top part up as well as some of the bottom in with her hair color. And then I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to put in some of that white on the eye, like on the eyeball, I guess you would call it. And so I'm just kind of blending in some other little colors here because I just want a little bit of shadow around her glasses there. So yeah, again, I'm just painting in the white part of her eyes, as well as I'm going to go in with some brown paint and draw in the color part of the eye, and then I'm going to go back in with some white and just put those reflector lights back into her eyes as well. And I'm just taking some black, that same black ink, and I'm just going back in and I'm just defining the eye, just because I lost a little bit when I was coloring it. So just want to make it look like she's got very big, bold eyes. So I really like that. It's almost like she's wearing mascara. So very nice. And then again, I'm just adding that same highlight around the cup with that gray pen, just to add some shadow and some depth to that cup. And I'm just taking a quick look at it just to see if there's anything else I need for coloring wise. And I think it's actually pretty good at this point. Still kind of thinking it needs something, but not really sure what. So I have this jelly roll pen, and it's white opaque. So what I'm going to do is fill in that cup with a really kind of fun quote for Sandra. So it's just going to be super simple. It's going to say be creative, because I think she's super creative. So just be that. So I'm just going in and not really making any super fancy lettering, just kind of stick and thin lettering. And I'm working backwards just so that I can make sure I'm filling in the cup as well as leaving some room for the B part. So yeah, so I'm just doing that, going over it again, some of the places where it didn't fill in very well. When you're working backwards on letters, best thing to do is just kind of write out what you want to say on a piece of paper, and then you can refer back to the lettering so you make sure you don't screw up. And again, I'm kind of debating on what it needs and what to do with it. So this was this was the Sunday after the Donna Downey class. So I was feeling all full of Donna Downey inspiration. So I was trying to, you know, get some inspiration and kind of take everything that I had learned from the class and put it onto this canvas, which, I did and I didn't. So, but I really, really enjoyed that class and I learned a ton. So I had this coffee stamp set from Simon Says Stamp. I took some silver embossing not silver embossing powder, a silver stamp pad from Hero Arts, and I stamped the steam up to the coffee, and I really like how that looks. So I have this peony stencil from Donna Downey. I would have to say that this is one of my favorite ones. So I'm taking this light modeling paste and I'm just going over the stencil and just creating a little bit in the background. I just want to add a little bit of texture to that canvas. So I'm just going to dry that real quick. Okay, so I made a glaze with acrylic glazing liquid and some nickel azo gold, and I'm going to put that over top of that modeling paste. I'm going to let it sit for a minute or two while I'm waiting for that glaze to kind of set. And then I'm going to take a baby wipe and I'm going to wipe off, kind of whatever I can. And then all it's going to do is just age that embossing powder. And yeah, so it looks really cool. I kind of screwed up that inside of that cup. So I'm going to go back in with some paint and just, blend it out. And then I'm going to have it slowed down so you can see the final canvas. I do not have close-ups, so sorry for that. But thanks everybody for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.